The Cardinals take on the Giants, 6:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The San Francisco Giants are minus 215 with the total at 7.5 juice to the over. St. Louis is plus $1.85 for some money line cash. They're also minus $1.15, catching the 1.5 on the run line. Kwang Kim is on the mound for the Cards. Kevin Gausman for the Giants. And I hope you guys had yourself a happy 4th of July, because I know I certainly did. We went 4-1 in our 5 premium sports picks on my Patreon website yesterday. And we also improved to 7-0 in our last 7 board member tier package picks on that Patreon page as well. We're red hot right now in that package. And as usual, guys, we've got ourselves another board member tier package pick going off here this evening. And just remember, when you sign up for a board member tier membership, you're also going to get access to every single premium pick that I give out on that website through the end of July. So max value there. We're red hot in that membership. We currently have over 850 folks who are signed up and active on that Patreon page. And if you want to see which one of these YouTube picks I'm actually betting on personally, the link for that page is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. Now, guys, the first place Giants have Kevin Gausman on the bump here today. The righty's 8-2 with a 1.68 ERA and a .81 WHIP. Now, Gausman's also struck out 116 batters in just over 101 innings of work. The Giants are currently on a 3-game winning streak, 21-9 straight up on their home field against National League competition. The Giants pitching staff leads the majors in fewest walks allowed at home. They also give up only 3.6 runs per contest. They're taking on a Cardinals club who lost 3 out of their last 4 themselves, and they currently have a losing road record. St. Louis has gotten the W in only 18 out of 44 road games. Their lineup's also in the bottom 3 in road hits, and they're averaging only 3.9 runs a game. Kwang Kim. He comes into today's start with a 2-5 record and a 1.35 WHIP. When it comes to the total on this one, St. Louis has gone 22-17 to the over in their road games against National League opponents. Meanwhile, the Giants are 60% to the over in their contests at Chase Field. I'm going to lean toward the San Francisco Giants minus 1.5 and the over 7.5 runs. Next ball game, Dodgers Marlins, 6:40 p.m. Eastern start time. The LA Dodgers are minus 160, total 7. Walker Buehler for Los Angeles, Trevor Rogers for Miami. Now, Rogers is 7-5 on the season with a 2.14 ERA and a 1.04 WHIP. The lefty struck out 110 batters already. The Marlins have also cashed in on the run line in 6 out of their last 10 ball games. Their pitching staff's also in the top 5 in fewest hits allowed at home. Miami's giving up just 3.3 runs a game at Lone Depot Park. They're taking on a Dodgers club who cashed in on the run line in just 20 out of 43 road games. The LA lineup's also in the bottom half of the league in strikeouts at the plate. Meanwhile, pitching-wise, the Dodgers are in the bottom half of the league in walks given up away from home. When it comes to the total on this one, the Dodgers are 18-15 to the over against National League opponents on the road. Meanwhile, the Marlins saw 6 out of their last 10 meetings with Los Angeles get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Miami Marlins plus 1.5 and the over 7 runs. Next ball game, Braves Pirates, 7:05 p.m. Eastern first pitch. The Atlanta Braves are minus 190, totals 9. Max Fried for Atlanta, Chase DeYoung for Pittsburgh. Now DeYoung, he's 0-3 on the season, 5.65 ERA and a 1.57 WHIP. The last place Pirates have the second most losses in the National League, and they're currently 23 games above 500. This Pirates lineup is dead last in the majors in scoring. They're putting up just 3.4 runs a game. Pittsburgh's also taking on an Atlanta club who got the W in 4 out of their last 5. Now, the Braves are also in the top 10 in fewest runs allowed on the road. They're holding their opponents to just 7.6 hits a game when they travel as well. Max Fried is 5-4 in the year, 62 strikeouts and just over 62 innings pitched. When it comes to the number in this one, Atlanta's last 4 straight road games all stayed under the number. They also went 80% to the under in their last 10 outings at any location. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh saw 3 out of their last 4 home games get over the line themselves. I'm going to lean toward the Atlanta Braves -1.5 and the under 9 runs. Next ball game, Indians Rays 7:10 East. The Tampa Bay Rays are -210, numbers 8.5. Rich Hill for Tampa, Logan Allen for Cleveland. Allen's just 1-5 on this season, 8.38 ERA and a 1.66 WHIP. The Indians are on a 6-game losing streak, 1-8 straight up in their last 9. This Cleveland lineup is averaging just 7.3 hits per 9. They're taking on a Tampa club who's playing pretty well at Tropicana Field. They're 23-16 straight up at the Trop, and they're in the top 3 in fewest home hits allowed. This Rays pitching staff gives up only 3.2 runs a game on their home field. Rich Hill's also 6-3 on the season with a 3.70 ERA and a 1.11 WHIP. The lefties also punched out 80 batters. And when it comes to the scoring in this one, Tampa's 18-14 to the under against the American League at home. I'm going to lean toward the Tampa Bay Rays -1.5 and the under 8.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup of our Part 1 video. It is White Sox versus the Twins, 7:10 p.m. Eastern start time. The Chicago White Sox are -120, totals 10 flat. Dylan Cease for Chicago, Bailey Ober for Minnesota. Now, Ober is still waiting on his first win of the 2021 season. He comes into today's start with a 5.84 ERA and a 1.38 WHIP. The last place Twins are 14 games below 500, and they lost 7 out of their last 10. The Twins have also struggled at Target Field. They've gotten the W in just 17 out of 40 home games. This Minnesota pitching staff's in the bottom 3 in runs allowed. They're taking on a first-place White Sox club who won 6 out of their last 9 themselves. Chicago is also leading the majors in striking batters out on the road. Dylan Cease has fanned 103 batters already and comes into today's game with a 7-3 record. The righty also has a 3.75 ERA. Now, total-wise, Chicago went 90% to the over in their last 10 outings, 4-1 to the over in their last 5 on the road. Meanwhile, Minnesota's gone 70% to the over in their last 10 themselves, 3-1 to the over as the home team in their last 4 home games. I'm going to lean toward the Chicago White Sox -120 and the over 10 runs. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our quick pick recap, powered to you by my Patreon website. I like San Francisco -1.5 over 7.5 runs. Miami +1.5 over 7. Atlanta -1.5 under 9 runs. Tampa Bay -1.5 under 8.5. Before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, one final reminder that we are 7-0 in our last 7 board member tier package picks on my Patreon website. We're also coming fresh off a 4-1 day in our 5 premium sports picks on that Patreon page as well. I'm going to lean toward the Chicago Cubs -120 in the over 10 runs. With that, guys, now it's time for some shout-outs to our top 10 YouTube commenters over the past couple of days or so. Shout out to Sauce Sensei, Master Drip Lord, Gino Hernandez, James Medina, Jen Capitan. Shout out to Maya Doan, Eugene Mayo, Blue Collar Man, Jeffrey G, Clyde Buckley, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my good friend, Todd Locke. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. Now, if you guys do end up getting a package here today, just keep in mind, Patreon's going to bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a package here today, you're going to get access to that content all the way through the end of July. So you're certainly getting exceptional value if you sign up today. I always tell folks the earlier in the month you sign up, the better. But most importantly, guys, got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And real quick, if you see the image in the back, that's little baby right there. He's not giving you the finger. He's actually showing you 2 fingers there. So I just want to point that out. If somebody mentions it in the comments, you can correct them if you watched the video this long, but you probably haven't. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. Happy Monday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/rockpage.